Good morning. 4:30 a.m. where you are in the UK, and for the last couple of hours we have been hiding out here in the bushes because we are bringing you live the surveillance of one of Europe's most notorious wildlife crime killers. Just over that ridge over there is a group of people who are out killing songbirds at an industrial level, approximately 500 birds every single night. And today it's going to be a little bit different. The group is sometimes surveyed, but this is different.
Yeah, we've got a drone up at the moment flying over the site. They're trapping the birds in nets here. So on the other side of the valley, there's an area of dense bushes, and they've cut rides through those paths, through those where they put the nets. And when we arrived this morning, they're playing a lure. So at night, they play the song of blackcaps, which is the target species that they're trying to catch. Oh, hold on, there's a car. Oh, yeah.
Obviously, the moment we've gone live, we're saying that they're here.
It's a pickup, I can see it. It's just disappearing down the track there now. It's going to be outside. Okay, it's outside. I can climb out of this bush, which has put prickles into my bottom.
We've been sat in these bushes since 3:30. I mean, it's been an early start for us getting in position because when this hunting group comes in, they survey the local area, so they drive all the tracks round to the top, so we have to make sure that we're well hidden out the way, because they can be a little bit aggressive. So,
well, let's face it, one of these guys is had previous convictions for illegally holding explosives. They don't mess about, these people. They really mean business. Yeah, so they definitely mean business. And I mean, we're just looking at the moment down into that site using the drone, and you can see that there are those rides there, which are where the nets are.
Yeah.
If you weren't watching yesterday, I would just give you a brief update of what we're doing. So we're here with the Committee Against Bird Slaughter, a small charity based in Germany, with a number of their volunteers who constantly monitor the bird trapping here in Cyprus. They work in conjunction with the local authorities, the police, and the game and fauna police as well, to do everything they can to try and, stop this trapping. We first came out here in 2016. We did see some improvements, but sadly this year it's got worse, so we've come back to raise the profile of this and try and get some action. We're running a donate button, so if you can donate to cabs, it would be brilliant. All of the people come out here under their own steam, as it were, and any support.
We've got £1,000 already, so thank you so much to anyone who's donated. Later on I'll tell you we've got a list of how much certain values mean to cabs and what that can buy for them, so we'll go through that a little bit later on. But honestly, even just £10-15, it goes a long way in helping petrol, food, getting teams on the ground here, surveillance gear, of course, like little cameras, Android phones, drones even. But,
okay, let's have a look at the drone footage now. Get onto that screen down there, because that's the drone images that we're getting at the moment. You get an idea of what we're dealing with. So these are a number of paths. Andreas, talk us through what you've got.
We managed to find two nets. There should be 6. You see here the pole and the strings. This is the net. It's pretty invisible to us and to the birds. I don't know. Maybe they are hiding somewhere. Maybe they heard the drone, because I can't spot the trappers. Here's the first one net, and a bit further on there is the second one. I don't know if you'll hear. Yeah, the second one. Second net. As you said, they catch up to 1,000 birds in the night and in the early hours of the morning after doing pantima, which is the throwing of stones around in the bushes where they have previously lured the birds during the night migration. So they managed to get an enormous amount of birds here, which are then sold, and you know the story. They make a lot of money here.
And how long are they trapping for? I mean, they've just started this season, I take it, have they?
No, they start at the end of August, 20th of August. They're already on business. And since we have been coming to Cyprus, which is at least since 2009, this is the most prolific and professional trapper. So every day from the 20th of August until the end of October, for 2 entire months, every morning he traps with these nets, from 6 to 8 to 9 nets. And we know from our intelligence that it can kill up to 1,000 birds in one day. Just consider one bird is sold for €6. He makes a lot of money, and he can control a big part of the world in Cyprus. It's a political world, and he has enormous power. This is at least what we.
In the past, you have managed to get people to come up, the police to come up. They've busted him, they've raided him, and they find him, but he just keeps going. Yeah.
At the very beginning, 2009, when he was first spotted and hit and busted by the police. They managed to find the birds, the nets, 6 nets, 8 nets. I don't remember exactly. There was some every 3-4 years there was a good strike by the police. Then some police officers were really dedicated, committed. They even sent once a squad of the anti-terrorism squad just for him, because it was an important case. Then after 2017, they have completely dropped this operation. They just come once per year. They sometimes even last year in the afternoon, where they don't drop, they get one net. We don't know how, because there are no nets set out at the time of the day. He gets €2,000, which is 1% of what he earns, what he gains every year. And that's it. They think that they can disturb only with one action when he does this every single day. It looks like those staged operations that police or enforcement bodies do when they don't want to be blamed for not doing enough. They do one operation so nobody can say they don't do anything, but in fact this is nothing.
And again, we mentioned these are not particularly savoury people, are they? They have a reputation for violence.
Yes, some years ago, my colleagues, Stefania, Davide and Boscan, they managed to track them down in winter when it was dropping song thrushes. And he showed up and... sorry, let's go a bit further down. And then it was he manhandled the police officer who was with them. And we exposed everything in the video. Also the lack of the police officer who was manhandled decided not to press charges against him. It was very come on. He was really scared. So we exposed the whole thing in a video, which was broadcasted by the Cyprus television. And 2 days later was Christmas 2020, I think. We got a bomb on our car. Our car was bombed. The windshield was smashed by sort of pyrotechnic work. So it was clear signal, stay away from me. So these people, they mean business. They're dangerous. We can't assess how dangerous they are because Cyprus people like bragging about how I may killed many people. We don't know if he really killed anyone, but definitely we don't underestimate his violent approach. Weird enough, we have the 2 nets, but there's nobody at the nets. So I don't understand if they spotted the drone, they heard the drone, and they decide to hide. But the nets are there, so we have the evidence. We should call the police, even if they will never come, but we should try to call the police.
It's worth giving it a go.
Okay. Why doesn't someone call the police, and then we'll see if they can actually be bothered to turn up? I mean, if you can see the nets, then there's definitely, crime taking place, isn't there? There's no doubt about that.
You did see them earlier, didn't you, Andrea, through the binoculars?
We saw them. There are people around, but I think they might be hiding, or they might be somewhere else in the compound. It's pretty big. It's a large fenced property. Partially is own land, partially leased by the government. So the governmental land leased is committing a criminal offense. It's not easy to find them. If they heard the drone and they're hiding, I would never find them with the drone from above. What else? Yes, and there was a dog looking down. Here's also a dog farm here. So there is definitely someone. You can even see here. Come on. I understand. There's wind. Yeah, good.
It's okay. We can't hear you.
Oops. Return home now. And I want to show the pebble. They collect huge piles of pebbles to throw into the bush.
Thanks, Andreas. So the drone needs a battery replacement, I take it, on that account. So let's explain a little bit about what's going on here while we're getting that battery replaced on that drone. Basically, these are songbirds that are being trapped for food. This is traditional migration route. Birds migrating over here for hundreds of thousands of years. A tiny island in the Mediterranean is a place where they get a stop, get a break.
They think it's a nice island on my way down to Africa. I'm going to stop. I'm going to replenish the fuel. I'm going to have something to eat, have a drink, rest the weary wings. And yet they come down, they're lured down sometimes by those acoustic recorders, which we mentioned before, which the people behind us were playing when we first arrived. And then, the birds come down and they get trapped in all kinds of different traps. Yesterday we featured lime sticks, these big kind of 60 to 80 centimetre sticks covered in a sticky glue from the Syrian plum tree. And the birds, essentially like a liquid bubble gum, they just stick to it like nothing I've seen before. So yesterday we were out taking down lime sticks. Behind us it was mist nets, which we mentioned before. Now mist nets are incredibly fine. If you've ever seen mist nets, we use them from science sometimes for tracking birds, but in this case obviously used for a much darker cause. They're so fine that in low light levels birds struggle to see them. So when they're lured down because of the song that's playing on the recorder, thinking it's safe because there's other birds there, they come down and get caught in these nets. And that's when everyone comes in. It's not just this the man that we've mentioned. He also has, I don't know how many people.
When
He's got
we were
a team.
here before, you said there was about 20 people in there or something.
This was in 2018. I was here before. Well, we were both here before. Myself and a colleague were on that ridge looking down directly at them, hiding behind bushes, and we were able to film them. At this point, they didn't have a thermal camera, we don't think, so they didn't see us, but we were watching them and filming them. And you and Andrea were further back with a thermal camera watching our backs. And we honestly, watching them come in was just like, it's like a relay. They'd come in different times with their headlights on. And remember, this is like 4 or 5 in the morning. And they take turns, headlights on, headlights off, move in, stop, move in, stop. And it took about an hour for everyone to get in. Then they all congregate and, I don't know, have a cup of coffee or whatever in the shed, whatever they do, chat about the horrors that they're about to commit. And then they all go out throwing pebbles into the bushes.
It's called Pandema. Yeah, it's called Pandema. And they basically try and scare all the birds into the net. And then they go around to the net, take the birds out, they kill them with a toothpick and drop them into a bucket. And when we were last here, they were returning to their little hut with buckets and buckets of dead birds. We should say that the nets are obviously, although they're playing a lure to attract blackcaps, which is the principal, target, they catch anything. So they're catching white-throats, they're catching garden warblers, they're catching
owls, anything.
Hoopoo we had yesterday on the lime sticks, which they will take out.
It's so non-discriminate. Like, it's just, they're catching all kinds of different animals all the time. And the way in which they kill them, the toothpick is one way, but I've seen personally some other very, very gruesome ways in which these poor birds are killed before they're put in the buckets.
Yeah. So then they're basically sold to restaurants. It's illegal, of course.
Yeah.
Selling them is illegal, but they sell them and they boil them or fry them or pickle them. They're about this size, of course, the body of those blackcaps.
Oh,
what's going on,
camera
folks?
rearrange.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
What's going on?
Okay.
Hello.
There's our cameraman's calves.
Right. They boil those and then they sell them, and a dish of 10 of those can cost in the region of 60 to 80 euros. It's a sort of a celebratory dish. It's not something you pop out for of an evening. It's something you have for an anniversary, for a wedding, for that sort of thing.
Yeah, depends. Pickled is more expensive, I hear. Pickled is more of a delicacy, and then the boiled is something that takes less time, so it's slightly cheaper, but it's so hard. And in the late 1800s, doing this was, something that people did in their gardens because, of course, historically, it was quite a poor nation and finding food and resources for subsistence was really important. So catching birds in the back garden was, an easy way to find a meal to support your family. And that was obviously at such a small scale when these birds and these populations weren't facing a biodiversity and climate crisis in the scale they are today. And, of course, that has increased to an industrial level with modern technology and, the fact that they're catching just down there, potentially 1,000 birds right now, 1,000 birds, which, just a couple of weeks back could have been soaring the skies around the UK and other parts of Europe. These are the birds that we've appreciated in our garden. And right now they're down there getting a toothpick to the neck. It's not a nice image. I know it's not a great thing to wake up to, but it's important that we relay what's really going on.
Okay, the drone's back up. Why don't you
drone's back
try and
on.
have a look and see what Andreas has got?
Any luck?
No, they are hiding, I guess, at this point. Maybe because the car spotted.
You think we've been spotted?
I think the car might be spotted. I'm checking if the nets are still up. Shit. see the nets anymore.
Have the nets gone down?
They've removed the nets.
They did that speedily.
Might have been. Yes. It doesn't take it. In 5 minutes they are done. There were no birds. Oh no, here, what is this?
Oh, there's a net.
Oh, there's a net and there are birds in the net.
Yeah, you can see the birds there. If you come and have a close look, you can see right. I'm going to point. If we angle it this way, have you got the birds?
I'll go closer.
So you can see the birds. The little white dots there. These are unfortunate victims of this cruel trade. No people. It's bizarre.
Yeah, maybe I should go.
Do you think we should go?
Yes, because then the guys can help me see with binoculars, find the people.
Okay.
I try to get closer to them.
Let's do that then. You want to bring the drone back?
No, the drone will be up there.
Okay. Should we head?
Yes.
Okay, so the idea is to get a little bit closer and we can actually look with binoculars directly down at what's going on. We'll see how that goes, and depending on the activity, we've got something else planned as well. So you'll have to stay tuned for that. Something different that hasn't quite been done before, but a different tactic to try and stop or put pressure on this illegal activity and ask, local authorities to actually do something. To come, to see the nets, to see. I mean, they know already. They do know.
You can see the birds, the white dots in the net.
Yeah. You can see, at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's got to be at least 10, 15 in there.
Yeah. Trying to get closer. I'm now 300 meters on top of our head, so it's 400 meters.
Horrible to see every time.
I just think if they remove the first net, they might be somewhere here.
They might be coming.
Remove the second one. Am I filming? Yes.
How many times have you seen this now, Andres?
Oh, well, I've seen that 6 or 7 times, Bushtan at least 20 times. So every single time come up here, he's trapping, obviously during the trapping season, which is September, October mostly.
Angle it up slightly.
It's quite shocking, no matter how many times you see it. It's
Yeah, quite shocking is how many times we have reported him to the authorities. We even had a meeting with the minister and the head of police, and they promised to tackle this problem and this trapping gang, and they never did anything. That's quite shocking.
Yeah, when you have the faith, well, you should be able to have faith in the local authorities to uphold the law. All of this is illegal. All this trapping is wrong.
And it's visible from everywhere. I mean, the decoy is playing every night. You can hear it from 2 kilometers away. You can see them with mask, without mask, doing this pantomime. They're throwing rocks, collecting the birds, tossing the birds on the table, the dead ones, and taking the birds away. So this is the place where they sell the birds everywhere in the island. And they've done no investigation. They've done no operation. Just one time in a year, they come here, get one net, and they say bye-bye and leave.
Yeah, it's not good enough.
No.
Not good enough. Which is why, you and the team are really kind of upping it.
Exactly. So we believe that we need to expose the lack of action from the authorities in Cyprus. I repeat, they know perfectly what's going on here. And for like 20 years now, 17 years at least, if not longer, and they've done nothing to stop him. It looks like they really don't care. They don't care, and or maybe they even support this kind of activity. We know that he's the biggest seller of birds in Cyprus. So every prominent people in this island is served, can buy the birds from this trapping gang.
From him,
Marcus.
Yeah.
That might give him some security, some protection, we believe.
Yes, some sort of corruption going on there, perhaps.
Yeah, we know in the past there was a situation when the anti-poaching unit didn't go to ACAS because they wanted another different unit, specific for anti-terrorism, to intervene and have the real situation on the ground, not just like one net. And they managed to find 8 nets, lots of birds and everything. So that was the only time when, at least in the last 15 years, when he was caught properly with all the paraphernalia set out.
Once in 15 years. And he traps every night 1,000 birds.
Yes, exactly.
And he's got repercussions one time.
Yeah, and it's easy to find. Always the same spot, always the same time, always the same cars, always the same house.
Yeah.
So tell me if this is not something intolerable or
No.
Unbelievable.
I mean, I was sat down there 7 years ago. Looks exactly the same.
Exactly. Well, unfortunately,
Can't say it's any different.
We've tried everything. We called the police on the spot. We've asked for operations remotely, like going to them, to meet them, to explain the numbers, to explain the size of the problem, to explain this is the biggest, most prolific trapping site everywhere in the Mediterranean. And still, there is no answer, no reply. They don't care. Like the lives of these, how many? 30,000 birds is nothing. And all birds, we've seen them killing owls here just because they don't want to mess around with their clothes, killing them, cuckoos, golden orioles, not only the passerines they like to eat, but all kinds of birds are killed in these nets.
Shocking.
More than 60 species, isn't it, that you've seen here?
Basically, every species that fly, only maybe, I don't know, maybe, not even swallows. We found also swallows, not in these nets, but in similar nets.
So what are we going to do? Are we going to move closer over here and have a look?
Yes, let's go, let's show ourselves and
Okay.
let's show him we're not afraid of him and there might be a change in this.
Okay. Are you going to continue to fly the drone? Or are you
Yes, I would like to have them on camera.
Okay. Are you going to walk over with us? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Are we ready? So, what is a little bit different? We'll get the team together. What's a little bit different about today is that every time there has been surveillance of this group, it has been undercover, it's been behind bushes, it's been as secret as possible. Today, though, we've got a group of activists, a group of volunteers, a group of people that care deeply about the environment, about these birds. And we're going to stand on top of the ridge where they can see us and hold placards in protest. That's the plan. So I think we need to get the drone and we're going to head to the ridge. But they seem to be hiding right now. So who knows? Chances are they might come up, they can drive around and we'll see them on their way and they might come and confront us, perhaps. But it's hard to know what they're going to do. There has been a few shots fired, so they do have their guns. Last time I was here, they kind of finished their trapping with the nets. And we were sat down and we thought, right, okay, we've been sat here for 6 hours. The sun's getting a bit hot. We'll be able to sneak off soon because they'll all leave. They had a bit of a boys' day out, got the shotguns out and decided shooting into the sky was a good idea. So, we'll see whether any of that comes out. But
okay, what's the plan?
Are we ready? Oh, okay.
Our cars?
Yeah, but I think there's been an additional car join our cars.
Oh, so what, have we been found out?
Yes, that's the thought.
Right.
So they're hiding at the minute. I mean, we've got our vehicles which are parked a bit of a distance away and they are guarded by other people. With them, we haven't left them unattended. And a certain black pickup has arrived.
Mm-hmm.
So we're waiting for the cars to come up. So they might have had the word that cabs are on the ground here.
I see, yeah.
Which might be why they're hiding.
Yeah. Okay.
But we don't know.
Is that fired up, Ruth?
Yeah, we are all.
Sorry, checking our cameras are all going. It's okay.
Okay, it's a bit of a hiatus here. I was just making decisions what we're going to do based on the fact that we may have been found out. But in the meantime, whilst we're figuring that out, you could hit that donate button. We're trying to raise money for the Committee Against Bird Slaughter, who we're with here to, and we're here for we're here for a few days. These guys come out every single year. Volunteers come from all over the world. They pay for their own flights, their own food, and anything that you can possibly afford to give them would be an enormous asset. Pays for their fuel, pays for their SIM cards.
Well, let me get the stats out, the official stats. From the team.
So it really does make a difference. And these people are on the front line. I mean, like I said before, in Cyprus here, people get beaten up, the vehicles are vandalised, they slash the tyres. On one occasion, they dragged a guy out into the middle of nowhere, stripped him naked, threw away his car keys, and he has to walk barefoot across 10 miles of country to get back to the village where his car was, which he can't get into.
In the blistering sun as well.
Intimidating. They shoot over people, shoot at people.
Yeah.
One time before, Andreas, who we've just been speaking to, he and I got caught at a trapping site, and we were just within this far of getting a really good beating. Unfortunately, the police turned up. So.
There are bullet holes currently in their car.
Yeah.
It's a dire situation. But £10 can give them enough phone credit for the teams to make a dozen police reports. £15 cutters or scissors to enable the team to cut the birds out of the net. Very important.
Okay, we'll catch up with that.
SD cards, all of that. Right, we're on the move. Off we go. So hit the donate button if you can, and follow our WhatsApp community channel for live updates of us on the ground whilst we're here. Okay. Looks different in the sun. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good actually. Could do with a vegan hot chocolate, to be quite honest with you. But I suppose that's going to be forthcoming.
Like I need a little bit of caffeine. We've got the pig farm down there as well. Remember that, the noises that come out of that.
It's not cool. We get a much better sense of how it's working here in a minute. I know the drone shots can be quite difficult to analyse. Let's head over that way, Beast, otherwise we're going to got a steep drop down to the road. We're on top of a ridge overlooking a valley, and it's in the bottom of that valley that all of those bushes that you were looking at are, where they cut the rides specifically through them. Obviously, when the birds are migrating, they're looking for shelter. Yeah, these are our cars.
Our vehicles.
Don't have to worry about them, I hope.
Good.
So they come looking for shelter and for food, obviously. And here, water. Another thing they do to attract the birds to the sites is put out water.
So here's the trapping site right here. At this point, we're going to be visible to the hunters.
Yeah, there it is, down there.
Just... Okay. So just in the valley down here.
And that's
where they are, and you've got the huts right there.
Yeah.
So see that hut, Chris, on the right?
Yes.
So that was where they went in last time and just hung out for a little bit.
Right.
And on the left, I think, is where they kept some of the equipment.
Right.
If I can remember rightly.
Yeah.
But it's all...
Maybe we should go down onto that ridge there.
You can hear the dogs.
Should we go down a little bit?
Can you hear the dogs in the corner?
We could go down there. Why don't we just drop down a bit further
we can drop down
there?
Let's see if we get the team to... Okay. So are we staying on this ridge or going down on that one? This one. Okay, fine. This ridge.
That's all right.
Okay. So I think this is our spot. We're going to get some good banners out momentarily.
I can't see any human activity down there at the moment.
I think they're hiding.
I can't see anyone there. But those are the bushes, aren't they? There.
Yeah.
Those greener bushes.
Yeah, all the way in that middle bit. But it goes all the way around to that left part as well. So you see where it snakes.
Yeah.
So it goes down there. But it's all this valley. They can come in here. I remember we were round there last time, weren't we?
You were on that ridge.
On that ridge.
And then Andreas and I went and hid over
You
there
were on
so that we could keep an eye out and make sure that cars didn't find you when you were up on the ridge. Here.
All too familiar.
And it's not just Cyprus, we ought to say that,
no.
You know, this is happening across the Mediterranean at this time of year. You know, in the region of somewhere between 20 and 30 million birds. And I know there's some ambiguity in the data there, but that's because the data is so hard to collect. So few people like the CABS volunteers behind us here who are actually out monitoring this, that a lot of the illegal, killing of birds goes unmonitored.
It's not as if they report their findings, is it?
No, so that's why. But we know at least 20 million songbirds a year are being killed in the Mediterranean basin. And the real hot spots are Lebanon, Syria, Egypt, and here in Cyprus. So it's a colossal number of birds. And when you think of the pressures that were already on these species in their breeding grounds, you've got agricultural intensification, overuse of pesticides, of running short of food. We know bird numbers are collapsing. Our own State of Nature report tells us that farmland birds, which many of these, migrating songbirds fall into that category, are in critical decline. The last thing they really need on top of that is to have to migrate through areas like this where they're being slaughtered in their...
I'm just thinking, whilst the banner's up, do we want to have a look at the banner? If everyone lifts the banner up, we can go and have a little look at it.
Let's get
if you want to hide...
Okay, let's
go and look at the banner.
Yeah, so this is the first time
showing.
there's been an actual protest. Here we go.
Akas is the nickname of the man in charge of this operation. It's not his real name, we should say. We won't use his real name for legal reasons. But Akas, Europe is watching you. Pretty clear message. Occupy Akas. Protect wildlife, not poachers. Good banners. I like those.
I mean, our mission here is to draw public attention to this in the UK, over Europe, support cabs, but also to make sure that we can put some political pressure on the Cypriot government, and we'll be talking a bit about that over the forthcoming days. They have an obligation under all sorts of, laws to protect the birds that are here. They've been protected in Cyprus since 1974. But as soon as they joined the European Union, all of the habitats and birds directives came in, and there's no ambiguity about the fact that this is, illegal criminal behaviour on as Megan said, an industrial scale. So they ought to be doing something about it, but there seems to be a lack of political will to invest in enforcement, and if they do get caught, then, the fines are, not given regularly. They're not to the maximum fees that they should be. If they go to court, they get off paying the fines.
They've been reduced.
It's just,
They get tipped off before so they can hide all the equipment. It used to be that it was, they caught this equipment, it was €2,000. Now it's about 200. Obviously, it depends on the equipment and what they find. If it is a rare species, something that's protected, then the fines do go up significantly, which is good. But the amount of times those sort of heavier fines are actually given, you get it. It's not that often.
No, they don't want to bust them. And, and there was an anti-poaching unit that was set up here for a while, which was, punching well above its weight, had a small number of officers. They weren't brilliantly resourced, but it was adequate. And they were, clamping down on the hunting. Things were improving. Certainly from when I first came out here in 2016, things suddenly, started to get better. But then after, intervention from the hunting lobbies here, that group was disbanded. They don't even exist anymore. So, we've called the police. Let's just see if they turn up. There's no doubt that there's illegal behaviour here. We've seen the nets on the drone. We've heard the tape lure. So,
sorry, they just want to carry on. They're going to get the drone up in the air again, and they're going to turn around so that Akas, through his binoculars, can see our message that Europe is watching him.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's it really. Political will's what we need to exert some pressure. And it's tragic, isn't it? It's 2025. So it's a European country, and this sort of illegal behaviour is still taking place.
Devastating. These poor little birds that put so much energy into breeding in the spring, in the summer. We love them so much. We spend so much money. How much money do we spend feeding the birds in the UK?
It's over £300 million.
£300 million on sunflower hearts. I mean, I feel like I spend nearly £300 million on sunflower hearts. The amount of I don't have that kind of money.
Yeah, but in
terms of the amount the birds eat.
But you eat quite a lot of them yourself, don't you?
I eat sunflower hearts.
Don't you sprinkle them on your muesli or something?
Never sprinkled sunflower hearts on my muesli. That sounds like a you thing. When have I ever eaten muesli?
What about rose? What about the rosé?
We're not talking about the rosé, Chris. Christopher, we're not doing that now.
Okay.
I call him Christopher when he's in trouble, by the way.
Yeah.
It happens quite a lot.
Yeah.
No rosé.
Okay.
But no, I don't eat sunflower hearts. But the birds, I mean, especially in your garden as well, because you've got quite, tall feeders. And honestly, sometimes you have to just constantly order the feed, but that's not a problem because we love them.
Having said that, there have been times where we've stopped feeding now because we're concerned about disease transmission. So the feeders aren't out like they used to be all of the time.
No, and recommendations are changing. So if you're interested in that, there's lots of information on the RSPB website about is it okay to feed our birds? We should be talking about it a little bit more and perhaps reducing. But regardless, I get off topic. We love our birds so much, and they put in so much energy to breed and make it across to their overwintering grounds, and they think, this is a nice island to stop off at. And, they come to a disastrous end. And through the autumn season here on Cyprus, it's about 400,000 get killed. 400,000.
At least. That's the ones
a
we
year,
know of.
A
That's
year
what we
in
know
the
of.
autumn.
That's what we know of.
It's,
And do you know what? When they stop killing the blackcaps in the autumn, guess what they do all winter? They kill one of my favourite birds. It's definitely a top 5. It's song thrushes. So that's what they do of the winter. They spend the whole winter killing, and eating song thrushes. One of the most beautiful voices in any bird that we have. Okay, I was about to suggest that we go and have another look at the drone and see what images we were getting off of that.
Well, we can ask what he's found.
Yeah, let's see what...
Andrea.
What did you see on that flight?
What I saw in the flight, the third net, I found a third net. The second one was not gone, was just invisible from there. So they're hiding. The thing is that probably the hunter who spotted our car down there told them that there are people around and they are hiding. But the nets are full of birds. You can see a dozen at least in each net.
Okay, maybe we get the drone up and have another look then. Look at those.
Yes, I have lots of pictures in my screen.
They have to come out eventually, though, right?
Who? What? The people?
The hunters.
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. All right, when we step back from the drone then. They might stay put until we go. I don't know. Well, maybe. Depends how confident they're feeling. Okay, Ruth. Okay. Yeah, it's hard to predict what they're going to do because you don't know whether they're going to be confident and come up and be confrontational. They have done in the past, done that kind of thing. Whether they're, going to shoot. But the last time when we made a quick escape for it, when they got their shotguns out, they started shooting into the air above our heads. You don't know what they're going to do. Are they going to do that? Are they going to be, just hiding, throwing rocks? So yeah, they do throw rocks, and not just small ones. We're not talking pebbles. You got to really watch your back.
Okay, let's go and follow the drone activity to see what we can see in the nets.
Oh.
So first, let me take some video, picture of us.
Oh, there we are. Oh, it looks great.
Is there a chance they'll shoot the drone down, Andreas?
Yes. That's why it was flying 300 meters over their head, so the bullets cannot reach the drone. But we haven't ever witnessed them using. They use nets. They use traps. They don't like shooting the birds. They want them trapped. So yeah, it happened to us sometimes. In Malta, they shot us down one of our drones. But yeah, not now, not here.
So at the moment, you think basically they know we're here. Well, we're all standing on top of the hill now. They can see us quite clearly. Yeah. So they're hiding away.
Exactly. For sure, they erected the nets. They started doing pandima. There was a dog running.
So pandima is when they throw the stones around to drive the birds out of the bushes into the nets.
They flush the birds off the bushes, so they try to seek refuge where the vegetation is higher and when there is the net. That's the way they optimize the catch. Not a single bird should escape the nets. That's why they do this 3 times. They go to catch all the birds and then start again. 10 minutes later, they go do another pandim, another round trip, catch the other birds that managed to escape the first trip, and they do a third one sometimes, depending on the amount of birds they know or they expect to have in the area, lured during the night. But then something happened and they disappeared. And when then we saw the car coming up that saw them, the other guys saw. They are hiding there. The problem is that Boshan saw 50 birds in the first net. So there might be 150 birds at least in the 3 nets I can see. And
we should say, because people might be wondering why we're not going down to rescue those birds. And aside from the potential, threat of violence from the hunters, this is a fenced area.
Yes, with electricity on top of it. So otherwise, either we get electrocuted or but we don't get inside. Only you need police to get inside. That's the main point.
So they've got an electric fence to keep us out.
Exactly. They made it, and it's 3 meters high. In some points, it's not really easy to climb over, even if you want to trespass.
We've got some people on camera.
Oh, we've got some people. We're going to head over to our other camera 2.
Here she is. Let's go
and have a look. We've got humans going towards the gate.
Just by the left of the hut is an entrance to there. They're just moving by the white car.
Yep, they're coming. Do you think they're coming up here?
I can see them actually. Look.
I can see them.
I can see them.
I can see them with the eye.
Yeah.
Right down there. All in masks. Chances are they could be getting in their cars and taking a look at us. No cars?
Yeah. No, I can see them just disappearing out of sight now.
Yeah, they're going down, kind of.
Yeah, let's call the police then.
Okay. At least 6 nets going on. And what, there were 4 people?
I saw 2.
You saw there's at least 4 people and some dogs. Likely a lot more hiding in the vegetation or in the sheds. 4 people that we've seen at the moment. Also, it's worth saying, if you have any questions and you are watching this live, you can send them in to us, do comment. And we have got a live feed of WhatsApp and people helping us in the UK, sending us those questions. So do send us in your thoughts, questions, and how this makes you feel. How do you feel watching it? I feel pretty bad watching it.
Yeah, they went to the net now.
They're going to the nets. They're going to empty nets. Probably going to be aware that we'll call the police. So,
have you got them, Ruth? Are you on them?
they've disappeared into the bushes. I'm on a net.
And can you see birds in the net on that?
Not with this camera, but you can see the nets in Boston. With his camera that there are birds in there.
So you can see it.
Chris, we can see.
Oh, okay. We've
So
got a
we've
feed
got
on
a
there.
feed of. I've got the net now. We can see what you're looking at, Ruth. We've now got the stream. You can see the cars.
So that it's in the foreground there, isn't it, where those bushes are that the net rides have been cut.
So hard to spot them once they're in that vegetation.
It looks so innocuous, doesn't it? It just looks like a little patch of bushes with a shed and a couple of cars.
Yeah.
Not the sort of place where you're seeing, you know, enormous numbers of songbirds being killed.
There's seabirds flying around the net and
Okay.
more people on the drone, I think, now. They're killing the birds. You can see them? Let's have a little look.
Maybe Ruth,
This
can
is
you
not
go,
the nicest of footage,
maybe
but
let's
important
switch
to
cameras
watch.
and go around on that.
So yeah, so you can see people here. They're
Get on that, Ruth.
taking the birds out of the net.
Okay. Let's have a look at that. Oh my goodness me, look at that.
It is
Yeah, that's
horrific.
Wait like a couple of minutes and wash them.
So they covered their faces to try and hide their identities. Is he putting them in his pocket?
I can't see what he's doing. Oh, look at the birds. Look at all those birds.
He's on the phone. Right? Yes. Oh, there's another one here. Look,
Isn't
both with
two
face
people.
mask.
I know they're being watched.
This is the systematic slaughter of thousands of songbirds.
They even
So,
use
you know,
gloves.
they could probably be killing about 500 or 600 birds down there this morning. You know, species that are of conservation concern. You know, even occasionally red-listed species have been seen in these nets. And these two guys, as you're watching live, are just taking them out of the net and sticking a cocktail stick into the back of their skull to kill them and filling a bucket with those birds. The birds that have been hopping around people's gardens in Europe, the birds that we love and cherish, just getting slaughtered. And nothing has been done about this. This trapping site's been known since 2009. This one guy is making huge sums of money out of this. And the authorities here have shown no will to shut this down whatsoever. And let's be really, really clear. This is criminal behaviour. This is illegal behaviour.
Funny is when you watch this kind of thing, it's always pre-recorded. It's
just
something
so
that feels
disturbing,
far
isn't it?
away, but you're watching it live with us. This is happening right now as you're perhaps sat up in bed, or if you've got out of bed and have made it to the living room, or have had your first cup of tea or coffee. This is happening right now.
Oh, one bird they freed one bird.
Oh, one bird got away.
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay.
Temporarily, perhaps.
Oh, look. They're taking them away.
Look at that. Are they not killing them on camera?
What are they doing?
What species are they?
Yeah, but
They're freeing the
They're
birds.
freeing them. No.
That's incredible. Huh?
They're freeing the birds
what are they doing that for then?
because they know we're
where they-
watching.
They heard the drone. Look.
My God, then.
Oh, this is really. You know, there is always something unpredictable when you do this kind of.
Have you ever seen this before?
No, of course they kill even the owl, and they don't even eat. Look, let's.
That's mad.
I wonder if they're taking them out sufficiently gently enough not to damage them.
Look.
I mean, they're still throwing them around.
They're freeing them.
But
They're freeing the birds.
there could be a chance that some of those birds are going to survive.
Yeah, they do. Look, amazing.
This is good. So good.
well, tomorrow we'll be here again, and we see if they free the birds again.
And again,
And again,
and again,
and again, and again.
How many birds do you think there were in that net?
I've just seen them freeing 12, 13, 14, 15.
But in the net as a whole?
Oh, every net has about 50 birds. So if Boshan counted 50 birds, 300 birds.
Of all the things that we spoke through about what might happen doing today's action, them freeing the birds.
Look, it's 2 nets. You see they are in L shape.
Yes. Yeah, there's another one there in the top left, the top right, look, yeah.
Probably they hear the drone. I'm pretty low now. I'm 1 meter on top of our heads, which means 200 on top of their head.
Good.
Another one.
Wow, look at that.
Well, that's the first.
That's amazing.
The question is, why do they wear a balaclava if they're just freeing birds?
Yeah, how funny that.
It's illegal because it's illegal in Cyprus to free birds. You have to kill them. That's why they have to hide their identity. Sorry, I'm just making fun in case you didn't get to.
Good video.
I'm
Are you recording
shocked.
this?
Yeah, I'm recording.
You're recording it on the device, yeah?
This is absolutely shocking. And
they're good,
way.
huh?
Yeah,
They
good.
could be a good bird ringer. Look how
Yeah, they know how to handle.
skilled they are. Yes, skilled.
And can you grab a couple of stills as well?
Oh, sure, but I have to interrupt.
Okay, well, no, don't do that. Then we can just screen grab it off of there. Yeah. Is it just those 2 guys that we can see?
You probably there are other in the other. Now we will
Boss
take
John,
down.
is it just 2 people you can see?
There were 4.
There were.
Taking it down.
Yeah, taking down. Yeah, just taking down the net. So, guys, no killed birds today, thanks to us.
Well, it's a mission accomplished.
Yeah, it's more than we expected, actually.
If they were sufficiently gentle removing the birds from the net and didn't pull their legs off, because getting them out of those nets is, sometimes a little tricky.
Probably. Sorry, may I say something?
Yeah,
I think they spotted us from the very beginning. That's why they were hiding. That was not normal. And then what shall we do now with all the birds in the nets that are already captured, caught? That's why they believe, okay, we will free them so that if the police come, there are no dead birds. The nets are down. The nets will be gone soon, hidden somewhere. They have some hideout here. That's why they free the birds, because they don't want to have any evidence for any criminal report. Obviously, because they had the nets in there with the birds. So there are, every single bird is around 200 euros allegedly for the fine, up to 50 birds, 200 plus in nets, probably is 2,000. So they're getting rid of the evidence.
Well, obviously we know what they would have done had you all not been here, but it's still a relief.
Do you think the police will come?
Oh, did Bostian call the police? Okay.
Well, they won't be coming at the moment then.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't take. You have the
Mind
freeing
you,
the birds.
is it worth wasting their time if they've taken the nets down and they've got rid of the evidence? Is it worth calling the police now?
They're even cutting some rope with a knife. Now what is? Oh no.
What are they doing?
Making the nets harmless. Just fly over the other position to see if these are the only guys.
Yeah. There was definitely 4, wasn't there, before?
Yeah, this other location here. Didn't check.
No cars have left, have they? No. Good.
No, there's a lot less people there than there was last time we were here.
There was a lot of people.
Yeah.
3 cars.
Just 3 cars, yeah.
I think before there was at least 6 or 7.
Yeah.
With multiple people in them.
Yeah.
Maybe because of Sunday, some of them might have decided to skip the day. They have 1 day off. They kill and trap every day during autumn. They need some rest, every now and then. So here's the other net. They're still up. So unfortunately, I don't have enough battery to see them coming here. But I guess Bostian can check with the binoculars and see that they will.
They are at the bottom of that net.
Okay. Wow, that's really.
They're pounding the net with a stick to get some birds out.
Are they? Pounding is in.
Like sticking with the stick, the whole net.
Shaking them.
Oh. Well, that's
Sorry,
not great.
Sorry.
Where you are, where you point.
So, yeah, Boston, what's going on?
Yeah, they are now at the second net. The net is going down. It's still full of birds, at least 50 birds in it. They hit it with a pole a few times, probably to get some birds fly away without needing to remove them. And now they lowered half lowered the net, so probably to start taking out the birds which are in the lower part of the net. I cannot see well because they are on the other side of the net.
How long have you been coming to this trapping site?
Yeah, we're coming every year. So because I'm here in Cyprus for 12, 13 years, so it's like 12, 13 years in a row.
And how does it make you feel that we're here again today? And had we not been, they wouldn't be releasing these birds; they'd be killing them.
Definitely, it's first time. We're going to save so many birds today. There's no trapping site that you could save so many birds as you can do it here. So it does make me happy because it's the first time I went up this hill. Now they're releasing them, throwing them in the air. So now it's completely down, yeah. So every time I was here, they were trapping. Not a single day I went up that they wouldn't trap. So I knew every time there was a few hundred birds killed. So today there will be, if we are still right in our assumption, it does look like, there'll be a few hundred, 500 or more birds freed, rescued.
And what motivates you, to keep coming back here? I mean, this is hard work. We've been up since, I don't know, when you got up, sort of 2 o'clock or something, every single day for the whole time that you're here.
Yeah, it motivates me because it's almost no one except us. It's basically no one except us doing this job. So we know we are, in most cases, the only hope for these birds to get a second chance is us. And yeah, we just think it's wrong to kill wild birds. There's no reason for us humans to do it. So it makes me, every saved bird makes me very happy.
And you've had a few scrapes over the years.
Yes, it's a part of the job, yeah. But luckily, nothing. Now they're collecting the net together. I hope they rescue the birds because I didn't see very well. I saw some flying away. They were really too fast for these 50 birds, so I hope they're okay. Yeah, they are bad people. If they see us, if they have chance to do something, they will do something against us. So we have to be very, very careful. But now and then some aggressions happen, and yeah.
Well, we say some aggressions. I mean, they've vandalised vehicles to the point they can't be driven, smashed them completely to pieces. They've shot at people. They've beaten people up. They've kidnapped people. Exactly.
They know this is the strategy that works with the enforcement officers. They do the same with the enforcement officers, with game wardens and police. They put bombs in their cars or in their houses, or they call home and they make threats. Or they smash their car, or they cut their tire, and it works with the officers. So they do it also with us because they succeeded getting to scare everyone away. But we know if they scare us also, there's they will trap uninterrupted, and this just here they will be killing 1,000 birds every day. So. We too accept it as a part of the job, luckily we have donations for our work, so we can compensate for this destroyed equipment, and when it comes to physical aggression, luckily there has not been something serious enough to stop us or to stop.
Well, no one's been killed, but people have been really seriously injured.
They were injured. We had to some people had to recover for days. get well again. But I can tell you in my example, that will not stop me, because if that would stop us, they would achieve their goal, and they won't be disturbed anymore. So as long as I recover and I know that others think similar, we will go back and try to expose them, try to get them prosecuted, and continue with our work. I mean, it's, of course, there's bad things happening, but there are also some really good things about this job. So beside rescuing these animals, you are out in a very nice environment, and so it's not.
I think you're being, look. There's lots of jobs where you can be out in the clean, fresh air, but not with the risk of having your car vandalised, getting beaten up, kidnapped, and dragged off into the middle of nowhere, or shot at.
Yes, that's.
You've got to show some real determination, and that's why we're really keen to fundraise for cabs, because a lot of people volunteer for conservation all over the world, but they don't necessarily, come and stand on the front line, basically. And this really is the front line when it comes to protecting birds, isn't it? This isn't paying your subscription to the OSPB or the Wildlife Trust. This is paying for your own airfare, your own food, staying here off your own volition for months at a time, getting up at all goodness knows what hours.
Yes, it's definitely this money which we gets donated goes straight into these field operations, to our to get our equipment, which is sometimes not the cheapest to get to observe these poachers from a safe distance. But I can tell to the donators that money is well spent, because we are every year, just in Cyprus, we are catching around 100 poachers, and we know that most of them is the strongest deterrent for these people is to catch them. It's the only way to make these people stop. So
we went to a site last night where you'd busted them, and we were looking for lime sticks, and there were none. So effectively, by exposing that and getting that person prosecuted, that put an end to it.
Yeah, that's the main drive behind our work, because we know the impact we are doing, because we've been so many years, and you catch some poachers on some specific site, and you return the next year, you can assess what happened. You can see either they will become much more careful, reduce the level of trapping, which is already a success, or in, let's say, 50%, completely stop poaching on that site. I can tell you for this site, for example, last year we filmed a poacher right above this valley. He's part of the gang, but he was trapping on his own. But we used a long zoom camera, and we filmed him, and we gave the evidence to the police, and he will get a massive fine. And I think now they're all wearing face masks, because they're now all afraid to be filmed. So it's every day you can see impact of our work, and that's the main drive, because you're seeing we're making a difference, and that's I think the most important. And if we would, like I said, because every year we're here, we get more experience, it would really pity to stop, because
I don't see you stopping. You were coming before I first met you years ago, and I've come back and you're still here on that front line doing brilliant work. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now, there have been a few people asking some questions in the chat. If you are watching live, do feel free to ask a question. One of the questions, we did answer this before, but it's always good to go over stuff again, is why aren't we going in to rescue the birds ourselves? Now, normally that is something cabs absolutely do when they're able to get to the traps, but this area around the valley is surrounded by a very tall electric fence. Very hard to get in. It's completely gated. It's private land, and also the people down there are quite highly aggressive at times. So
they've been beating up police officers. Got prosecutions for handling explosives.
Yeah, putting firework bombs under people's cars and
shooting
all
at
kinds
people.
of things. So they're not good people, and obviously going down there is a risk. And the electric fence, it makes it near impossible to get in.
And we should say one other sort of just a technical legal thing, and that is that here in Cyprus, if an area is unfenced, you can legally walk onto it.
It's a garden, it's unfenced.
If it's unfenced, it's a garden, you can walk into it. If it's a fenced area, then you can't cross the fence, basically. That's
quite simple.
Yeah, when it comes to sort of gathering evidence,
yeah,
you can't break the law to call the law, basically. So, unfortunately, here it's a question of observing. But what an event this morning! I mean, who'd have thought this? I thought, you know, they would be coming up here screaming at us, like, you know.
I thought they were. I thought immediately, just knowing, like, being here 7 years ago and seeing them, knowing all the stories and this particular spot and what this team are like. I thought they'd be in their cars within 5 minutes, driving around and, you know, having a shout and pushing us around a bit. But they haven't done that yet.
Instead of which, they've released the birds.
They've released the birds, which
they did our job.
Yes, which I never thought I'd be grateful to them for that. But But
the question is, if we're back here tomorrow, what are they going to do then? They can't keep releasing the birds because they're trapping them.
They're going to make no money, and this is not going to stop. This is going to go on for a little while. This protest, observing the area. One other question that we have had from people is, should we be boycotting Cyprus?
Interesting, isn't it?
Interesting question.
Because we've had this conversation so many times about Malta, where we've travelled to, where there's, again, illegal killing of birds for different reasons. But, you know, in Malta, we said that a boycott wouldn't work, because if you boycott it as a tourist, you're not going to take money out of the hunters' pockets. You're going to take it out of the people in Malta who don't like the hunting. I mean, whenever we met people there who are not involved, they're embarrassed by it, particularly young people. We went to university once, didn't we, in Malta? And all of the young people there just said that they found the whole thing terribly embarrassing. They wanted to be part of 21st century Europe, and they've got this sort of horrible practice going on. So our feeling was that, you know, those sorts of boycotts don't hurt the people, but what you can do, if you are a tourist visiting Cyprus, is make local people know how you feel about this. You know, the fact that you do have grave concerns about the way that their fellow citizens are treating the wildlife. So I think speaking out about it and generating that sort of awareness is good.
But not even if you're coming to Cyprus, even if you are aware of this issue, as I hope you now are, you know, you can contact tourist pages, groups, different organisations, the Cypriot government. You can message them. You know, use social media, use your voice. I always say to people, you know, like when people are like, what can I do for the environment? I mean, I've said a million times, you know, put up a hedgehog house, make a bee hotel, you know, dig a little pond. That's all fine, and we should do that. But the biggest thing we can do for wildlife locally and globally is use our voice and stand up for it. Speak out about it, social media, use whatever voice you can muster as loud as you possibly can to really tell people what you think of this.
I think when we were doing Malta on occasions, we got people to contact the Maltese Tourist Board and the Maltese government directly. And again, Malta is another very popular tourist destination. A lot of people choose to actually live in Malta. They move to live in Malta, as they do Cyprus as well. So again, if you're an expat, if you've moved from the UK and you're living here in Cyprus, then you should be able to, you know, have a say about what's happening in your environment, and surely you don't want this. So again, speak to the government, put pressure on, generate that sort of awareness, and keep the conversation in the public domain. But
this isn't stopping.
I'm not sure a boycott is the thing to do.
No, boycott. It
but the one thing I wouldn't do, the Faroes. I know you went undercover in the Faroes where they slaughter the cetaceans.
Yeah.
But you know, I would advocate a boycott for the Faroes.
I would advocate a boycott for the Faroes. Having been there and seen the economy and everything, and
their wealth is the wealthiest island state in the world.
And the amount of people that take, yes, it is the wealthiest island state in the world, and like the amount of people that take part in the Grinderdrap, which is the cetacean hunt, is just extraordinary. So many people are into it. Whereas in Cyprus here, you've got, obviously a lot of people do this kind of thing. They do it at small scale with lime sticks in the garden. Then you've got the bigger scale lime stick areas. Then you've got the mist nets in the groups. You've got, you know, organisation, people like Akas and his team.
Well, this is organised crime, isn't it?
In an organised crime industrial capacity. So you've got different levels of the killing that go on here. But the vast majority of people don't...
So I just saw a good bird.
What do you see?
I don't know, it was a raptor, but it just flew behind the bush. It's going to come out now. There it is.
Oh, what is that?
I don't know. Gosh, it was a really difficult view of a raptor.
Okay.
It was either a buzzard, it could have been a honey buzzard. It wasn't a kite.
I saw a nightjar earlier, though. That was nice.
Did you?
I did, yeah, you didn't. Yeah,
right
you missed
past
it.
my head.
Right past
yeah,
your
of
head.
course it did. Yeah,
You were looking the wrong
Yeah.
direction.
No, I was looking for the rosé. I wasn't looking for the in the wrong direction.
Christopher.
I was looking for the
Christopher.
rosé. Right.
Seriously, you've got to stop that.
What?
Stop it.
Stop what?
Do you stop talking about the rosé? Anyway.
Do you mean the missing rosé?
Shh.
The missing rosé. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll stop talking about it because I can't find it anyway. Right. Okay, yeah.
I'm not getting into this with you right now.
I think it's a sensitive one, and people have to make their own decisions over the boycott.
It is.
But there's no point in taking money out of people that are working hard, to make a living here, and they have no direct, connection with the hunters or anything like that.
The vast majority of people that live here, are unfortunately not speaking out so much about it. There's not groups, of local Cypriot people that are really supporting cabs, mainly because of fear-mongering. They're threatened a lot of the time. People that do speak up get their houses broken into, they get death threats, they get all of this kind of thing. So there's a lot of fear about talking about what's going on here if you're a local person. So, it's really hard, and you don't want to punish the people that are not committing the crimes. But
okay,
at the same time,
we should feature this. Look, this is the first time this has happened. We should celebrate the fact
we also need to do an interview quickly.
Yeah, okay, let's just have a quick look at this, because these are some of the cabs volunteers. Some of them have come from the UK as well, and they're holding up these banners. You can just see these that are alongside us here, and this is the first time that, rather than hiding from these criminals here, people have decided to actually come and stand up in numbers. So there's a larger number of people here. I'm not sure I'd be holding up a banner on my own if it was just us here.
No, if it was just two of us, I think.
I think the fact that there's about 20 of us is probably a deterrent for some of the violence that they've experienced earlier. But this is the first time that there's been a protest at this site, and this is one of the most accessible, wholesale industrial killing of bird sites anywhere in Europe. So hats off to all of these volunteers that have come from all over the world, actually, to stand here this morning and hold up this and take a stand against this hideous slaughter of songbirds.
It's quite incredible.
Like I said before, this is the sort of front line, basically, of conservation, and we have to salute those people,
And they're always looking for volunteers. So if you fancy coming out and supporting cabs in that capacity, you can find more information and do contact them. Obviously, we're asking if you are able to, in any way, to donate to cabs to support them. Little money goes a really long way here in supporting feet on the ground.
I'm going to see how much we got, actually.
Resources. Go on, we haven't checked on donation.
I'll have a little look. So if I
have a little look.
If I just click off,
you got it up, have you?
No, I was looking at Barbara Hepworth's sculptures last night, actually. So that's
of course you were.
That's why I've just opened it.
Standard.
Right. Okay. Hold on. It's just reloading. Not very good signal.
£1,365.
Is it?
Pretty good.
There it is. Okay, that's a good start.
55 donations. Thank you so much to anyone who's done that.
Those 55 people.
Really appreciate it.
We know it's tough times, cost of living crisis, and all that sort of stuff. But even a pound makes a difference.
It really does. For everyone that watches the clips, the live stream, if every person donated a pound, cabs could run for hopefully quite a while, which would be brilliant.
Okay. Well, that was a strange turn of events then, wasn't it? Really strange turn of events, basically.
Yeah.
Releasing the birds. You're going to do an interview? Well,
so we aren't actually here just on our own from the UK. We've brought some journalists with us from the Express, and they would like to chat with us.
Oh, okay.
So perhaps you can kind of film that if you want. But if we want to do an Express interview quickly, we're going to take the opportunity to do that now.
Okay.
Once the light is good. Hello. Yeah.
That's right. It's not yours.
Yeah.
It'll be a piece.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's fine.
That's fine. Okay.
Actually, if you can, I'll tell you what, I'll give you the other one. What?
Oh, do you want me to hold it? There you go. I can hold it.
Yeah, if you hold it.
Yeah, hold it between us then. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Talk us through how the day started.
They started at about 2 o'clock.
Very early, after about 1 hour sleep. So today we are doing something a little bit different. We're here with CAB's Committee Against Bird Slaughter, where we are for the first time publicly addressing ACAS. He is one of the most notorious bird killers in the world, most likely, killing up to 1,000 songbirds every single night. Before, surveillance has been undercover. It's been, hiding behind bushes. I did it myself 7 years ago. We both did. And for the first time today, we're here with cabs to hold up banners from the ridge, looking down over their illegal activity. And so far we've gone through all the responses we could possibly imagine, and they've done something we didn't expect.
Yeah, so I mean, the first thing is it's just the first time that we've sort of stood up in the open and rather than hiding, because these people have a reputation for violence, quite extreme violence, and they've had significant prosecutions, personal prosecutions for all sorts of sort of pretty, hardcore crimes. Basically, this is organised crime, basically, because of the vast amounts of money that are involved. These people are making hundreds of thousands of euros a year out of killing birds, and they quite clearly have political support, because we've seen the policing of this site scaled down, and we've seen them getting inadequate fines and threatening and assaulting police officers that have come here as well. So they've
without
got
repercussion.
They've got that sort of mafia power over the politics here, and we've decided that rather than hiding and constantly filming them going about their grisly business, that we just stand up and do an actual protest to try and draw attention to the Cypriot people, to put pressure on their own government to make a difference here.
And you said we saw something extraordinary.
Yeah.
What did that feel like? What was that like?
So before, when we've been here, unfortunately, they catch the birds in mist nets, very fine nets. They play lures throughout the night, which lure the birds down from the skies, which is when they're migrating at the highest density. So they're attracted to come down to the ground. They land in bushes or perhaps directly in the net. And then when the people come in the morning, they use gravel, throw it into the bushes, scare the birds into the net. By then, when everyone is ready, they come collect the songbirds. Unfortunately, it's quite gruesome, but use a toothpick to the back of the neck to kill the animal before it goes off to be consumed. I've seen that happen with my own eyes, and it's heartbreaking. It's devastating to watch at that scale, at any scale. It's hideous. And the last thing we expected them to do today when we got here and stood up and they knew they were being filmed was get up and release the birds. So to see that,
in a way, it was firstly, it's a great result for they did our job for us. We can't get inside there. It's got a 3 metre high electric fence around it. Again, they're protecting their asset, which is their capacity to kill all of these birds. So, what we would normally do if we could get access to the nets is just cut the birds out and release them. But today they did that. But I mean, let's be clear, they weren't doing it out of the kindness of their hearts. They were doing it because they knew they were being filmed, and they were basically getting rid of the evidence. Because had we called the police and they'd come, there are significant fines which can be imposed on them for running the nets and for the birds. But when I say significant, as a percentage of the income they make from killing birds throughout the course of the season, it's tiny. So,
less than 1%.
These people have been fined, thousands of euros, and the following day they've got even more nets up. So it hasn't proved to be a deterrent because it's not regular enough, and there isn't the political will to sort it out.
It's a drop in the ocean, unfortunately, because a dish of these birds goes for anywhere between 80 to 100 euros, and there might be 10 birds on a plate. Obviously, songbirds are incredibly small, and it's such an industrial thing that's going on that started in the 1800s as a tradition, as a form of sustenance to feed families. Now it's organised crime, money making, and just a biodiversity disaster.
And as you said, this is one day, and they've freed some birds, but not from the kindness of their hearts. What systemic changes do you want to see? What needs to be done? And what can Britain's Express readers, people back home, do to help?
Right, well, the first thing is we need to change political will, because, we can draw attention to it here, and we're here to celebrate the work of the people with the banners, Committee Against Bird Slaughter, and they come here day in, day out. And this is the front line of conservation. These are hardcore people. People get beaten up. The vehicles get smashed up and totally smashed
bullet
up.
Holes in it at the
People
moment.
have been, kidnapped. They shoot at people. I mean, they're protecting their interests. It's a lot of money. And these guys are at the front line, and they've done everything they can over the years to try and encourage the government to strengthen the police force, make sure there's more rigorous enforcement, proper checks which are done spontaneously, not when they've tipped off the people that they're going to go in there. Investing in training when it comes to those sorts of people, clamping down on the restaurants that sell this. I mean, it's not only illegal to kill the birds; it's illegal to sell it. And these are, this evening, we'll be out, I don't know, trying to find a vegan meal somewhere in Cyprus, and there will be people sitting down to meals of these things. And we should say that they cunningly hide them, so they present them in a dish which looks like salad, and they put the salad leaves over the birds, and they sort of sneak their forks in underneath the leaves, and then eat the birds. So that's illegal. So they could be clamping down by raiding restaurants and things like that. In terms of express viewers, well, look, I think, the first thing is that I imagine that the vast majority won't have even known that this was going on. So the first thing is use that awareness. Do what you can now. Take to social media, support CABS and BirdLife Cyprus, who are another agency that do what you can. And then if you're a tourist, you're coming here, make it known that you don't approve of this. It's something which is influencing your choice of holiday destination. We don't suggest a boycott personally, because we don't think that would economically impact these people. It would economically harm the people that are doing everything they can to run a business out there, and to satisfy those tourists. But that doesn't mean you can't say to them, hold on, we don't like this bird trapping. And in the UK, you can certainly, we're going to be launching later in the week a campaign to write to the UK government about another issue, which we'll get onto, tonight or tomorrow. And you can write to the Cypriot government and just say, this is unacceptable. We're in a biodiversity crisis. You can't be killing 500,000 songbirds a year. You can't be allowing criminals like this just to get away with it.
It's amazing because so many people would come to Cyprus on holiday and have absolutely no idea this is going on.
Yeah, I mean, this is happening right round the corner. I mean, there are huge tourist hotspots going on. You've got Ayia Napa, you've got people coming all over the place to, lie in the sun, go diving, go and see what Cyprus has to offer. And in many cases, it's a really beautiful place to visit, but it has a really ugly, dark side when it comes to the illegal slaughter of birds. And the most important tool that you've got is your voice. So awareness, talk to your friends about it, talk to your representative, contact representatives here in Cyprus, talk about it, get it known. There's a lot that can be done, I think, but it's just being confident and brave enough and bold enough to use your voice for it. And supporting CABS is great. We've got a donate link where we're asking people to donate to support them. That includes things like just mobile networks, that includes SIM cards, that includes phone surveillance things, boots on the ground, basic equipment, fuel for the cars, they can check trapping sites, really simple stuff. And a small amount goes a really long way in supporting absolute rock stars of conservation, in my opinion.
Brilliant. Well, no, thanks
Thank
very much.
you.
That's great. Thank you. I'm just going to do these while we're here. Sorry.
Okay. Amazing, isn't it?
I didn't expect to see them releasing those birds, but anyway, it was a good thing. Some of them might have got away.
I hope so.
wasn't quite convinced that they were taking them out gently enough for all of them to survive, unfortunately, but certainly some of them.
I hope so. Hopefully they just fly off in that direction, out over the sea, further south.
The good thing is you've saved quite a few today, so that's
Yeah, it's job done.
It's a good feat.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
It is a drop in the ocean, but it's every bird saved is worthwhile.
go down.
Let's go down. We're going to
let's
head
go down there. Yeah.
Let's speak to the vegan.
Yeah, we will have a chat to some of the other.
We've got active
Groups.
filmers to be filming FS assaulting a police officer.
Yeah.
We'll do that up when we speak to them.
Yeah. Okay. Could be another hot day, it seems. No clouds in the sky. It's quite funny. We've seen some really nice birds so far, but every time we see them, it's like, that excitement and then that dread of just what could happen. Saw a bunch of bee eaters earlier. That was nice. And guess where the bee eaters were? Around a bunch of beehives. Couldn't have guessed it. That was quite nice though. Let's see the rides a bit clearer from down here. Chris is, he always storms ahead, Chris. He's, it's one of these people that, can't just have a look around, relax, just have a little gander. No, he's, see you later. It's quite hard to keep up with him.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh,
That's quite a sight to see,
that is
actually.
amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Look at that.
Stark contrast to the way that we've been behaving before.
I know.
Just hiding.
Before it's hide in a bush. Do you know, before I got branches of olive trees and stuck them in my hair to blend into the bush. I was the bush.
You're a hardcore
I was the bush.
SAS camouflage expert.
Well, thank you very much. You know, I have watched SAS Who Dares Wins a few times, so I've taken a few tips. Just kidding. But, you know, it goes to, like, all the hiding and everything, lying down in the mud, and now this is great. I love it.
Yeah,
Incredible. Just amazing.
Okay, you're going to do your little interview, Beast.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's David. Let's go and chat with David.
Chat to David.
Yeah. Yeah. You all right, David? Davide, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, it's a good day today.
It's an amazing day.
Yeah, finally we do the step forward, trying to fight these poachers. One of the worst, probably the worst in the Mediterranean.
It's quite something, isn't it? Just to see him release, or maybe not him, but his team release the birds.
Yeah, but it looks like there are still 2 nets full of birds.
Still 2 nets. So they might be waiting till, perhaps.
I don't know what they're waiting actually.
I don't know.
But we should call the police soon to get these nets and prosecute these guys.
That would
I
be
mean, it's the easiest thing we could do now, because they don't dare to touch the nets, and the nets are there. So calling the police, and police is also scared actually, but it's their job. So
Yeah, I mean, before Akas has had a direct run-in with the police, which we have a video of. Do you want to tell me a bit about that?
yeah, it was the day before Christmas of 2021, I think. And we had this decoy of Sanctrash. It was winter time.
Okay, we're going to play the clip and then we'll talk about it afterwards.
What is he doing?
No problem. What problem you have? No problem. Stop. I'm crazy. No, I'm crazy. You know they make crazy. What's wrong?
Quite crazy footage, really, to watch him behave like that towards police officers.
Yeah, it's crazy how they act, how they behave it, and they still keep doing it. So we're here today just to show off ourselves, and they need to understand they cannot keep going like this.
Is he like aggressive like that? I mean, I've not had much face-to-face interaction with Akas before, so is he like that all the time?
It's crazy. Yeah, it's actually crazy. We had some confrontations in the past with them, and it's sad to say, but the police also is scared. Is scared to do something with them, and yeah, we managed to take them to the court once, and they admitted trapping. But obviously, it's nothing respect. They admitted trapping one night, which is nothing respect to what they do every day. Which is basically, now we're stopping them from gathering something like €5,000.
Today, 5,000.
Today, keep in mind, it's if they catch 800 birds, more or less per day, it's they sell them to the restaurant for €80, or to the private, to the local people for 100. So if you make a quick counting, it's around 5,000 or more euro. Just a few hours of trapping from 6 to 10 in the morning. It's insane.
It's so much money, isn't it? It's hard to like grasp like the number of birds that are being killed here, but like the finances that go on behind it.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. And this banner is also a call to it's in Cyprus, it's in Greek. It's Oulame Pouise, which means Oulamos is the anti-poaching unit of the Cypriot police, which is supposed to tackle these people and the anti-poaching. But actually they managed to do one operation every year, and they just collect 2 empty nets or something like that. And these guys got 3,000-4,000 euro fine, which is completely, absolutely nothing respect to what they're gaining.
It's that amount of money for. So I like to put a monetary value on a bird. Like it's something that I just find so hard to grasp.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Yeah. So why? Because like I've seen you a few times, you know, round cabs. Why do you keep coming back? Why do you keep putting yourself in this position? Why are you here?
Well, I guess we are here all for the same reason, and the main reason because we care about birds, about all the living beings. So we try to do our best to save them, to keep them a safe migration. And most of the time it's frustrating because you have them in front of you and you can't do much. You try to call the enforcement and you try to do something. It's still something, but it's not enough for the moment because the level of poaching is really crazy.
So what would you say for people watching at home? I mean, we've spoken a little bit about what they can do if they come to Cyprus and stuff, but what would you say, what advice would you give on how they can support you?
Well, it's really nice if they want to help us to donate for cabs, absolutely. It's always a very big help. And also if we always need manpower, so if they are willing to volunteer with us, and they're very well welcome.
Okay. There we go. There's lots of links there you can click if you want to come out and be boots on the ground. Honestly, it's an experience like no other. And if you were able to, I couldn't recommend doing it more. And there's a donate button there. Any small amount of money goes a really long way, and just the basic requirements and resources to get everyone out on the ground, running around, freeing birds, which is the whole mission, isn't it?
It's a beautiful sensation to release the birds from the net and let them free. It's something that worth absolutely.
Makes it all worthwhile. Okay, thank you, Davide. Appreciate it. Always happy to be here. Now, I mentioned before, of course, a lot of local people, there's a lot of pressure and threats that go into people that are against this kind of hunting. So anyone that's local often likes to hide their identity, but someone supporting cabs is local and hiding their identity, but happy to have a chat with us. Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing this morning?
Doing all right. Really, really proud of what we're doing right now.
What was that feeling like before when you saw those birds flying off?
It was shocking, first of all. Secondly, really, really pleasing to know that even if it's just this one time that they're going to free birds, it's good to know that some lives are saved. And, it's really good. It's really rewarding. It's really rewarding because we know that this guy catches, at least 1,000 birds a day over the course of these months. So it's really good to know that at least this one day for now we're rescuing some birds.
I mean, every bird counts, I think, isn't it? I mean, it's like when you think of the grand scale, it's huge. However, when you can see that a bird flying, it just makes it all worthwhile. Yeah. But of course, being here, being Cypriot and stuff, and feeling that pressure. I mean, how do you kind of handle that? Like, what's your mentality towards it all?
Yeah, I mean, I've received numerous death threats from poachers and hunters, and there's currently a video of me on social media which they took from the back, and it's currently like around 100,000 views, and it's full of death threats, harassment comments, a lot of personal, either homophobic attacks or teasing the way I walk, or just generally hate for the activists. A lot of lies about us. They make all these stories about us, and it's all out in the comments. And we need local support because Cypriots don't like what's going on. Most locals don't like what's going on, or they're not aware of what's going on because there's no media coverage, or police, they don't do much on these, big trappers. It can be hard, it can be stressful, but, what we do is more important. So we need to save the birds. We need to stop this. It's getting out of hand, and so it's worth it. I'd say it's worth it. It's worth every risk.
Absolutely. And of course, like, to build that local spot and that momentum, to get people willing and able to speak up against it, because clearly that feeling is there that this is wrong. But how do we get people to mobilise locally, do you think?
That's a good question. I mean, just speaking up, raising awareness, and doing activism. They can always join us. Whoever sees this and feels the need or the curiosity, or just support, even just voicing it. Just raising awareness, and either putting pressure to the government or to the local authorities to stop this, because it's very barbaric. It's very inhumane, and it's torturing all these birds every day for years and years. It's just, you can't call this tradition. It's crazy. It's disgusting. It's just voice it, just raise awareness, and feel free to join us. And if you can, put pressure. Just.
I think there's sometimes a little bit of unknown with groups like this, but when you come and actually are on the ground for the first time, like, what was your first day at Cavs like?
Definitely exciting. Definitely felt like I'm doing something, which is huge.
Oh, we've got people coming up in the car, potentially some hunters, driving very slowly past us, probably having a nose, seeing what we're doing. They might have called their friends. Yeah.
So, since being a very young child, since forever, I knew about this going on. And, I always felt strong against it. And I didn't know I could do something about it. And ever since joining Cavs, I know that I can. And, like you said, every life counts. Every single bird we save every night counts. And, it's just great. It's great to know that I can do something about it. That's the most important thing. I hope more people, more locals as well, don't feel, if more of us come here, we shouldn't feel scared. They can't do anything to us. What are they going to do, Death threats are out there, so if something happens to me, they know where to go.
Well, I really hope that it won't get there.
I really hope so as well.
You're doing an amazing thing, coming out and doing all of this kind of thing, and I've got nothing but respect for all of you. Like, it's just amazing.
We appreciate it. We appreciate you for coming out here and raising awareness and letting Europe and the world know about what's going on, because this is not going to stop unless we do something. And stuff like this. And I congratulate all my coworkers who have been here for many years before I joined doing this. And it's just something else. It brings tears to my eyes. Sometimes it gets very hard seeing those birds getting tortured or getting the hate from the poachers and, bullying and harassment, but it's worth it. It's worth it. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're stronger together.
Yes.
And, in whatever capacity we can be in, whether you can have the ability to donate, whether you have the ability to share online, use your voice wherever you are, be here on the ground, be local and be brave enough to speak up. Like, that's where the difference is going to be really made.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever anyone can, And yeah, exactly like you said it.
Thank you.
Thank
See you in a minute.
Well, it was great stuff, Beast. I mean, these are people that we really should salute. It's like, the people that work on the front line in the UK as well. RSPB investigations team, they're out there trying to confront gamekeepers killing hen harriers. You got the SABs that go out and do everything to stop illegal fox hunting, hare coursing.
Yeah. So many people that go above and beyond and put themselves in that firing line. And there's a lot of bravery, a lot of courage, but just also a lot of pure love and joy for what they're trying to protect. And I think that's something that we all have in common. And whatever we're able to do, it's to be celebrated and adored.
But again, obviously some of the hunt followers can be really aggressive and nasty, and there've been some hideous incidents of violence there. But out here, it's on a different level. So, you know, hats off to these people who are doing an amazing job. And that's why we've got a donate button that you can hit. Last time we looked, we had about £1,300. And we can guarantee that, you know, anything that you can afford to give cabs will go to this frontline conservation. And it's simple things. It's fuel so that they can, you know, I mean, let's be clear. They pay their own airfares. They pay for their own food. We're not asking for that. It's for materials that they need. It's SIM cards for the trap cameras that they're using. It's fuel for the vehicles so they can drive around and check all of those sort of trapping sites.
£30 is enough to hire a car for a day. £50 enables a team of 2 or 3 cabs members to conduct a full anti-poaching patrol in the morning or the evening. Have we got something? No, we're good. You know, £15 the price of an SD card, £15 again, good pair of scissors cannot be underestimated because, of course,
cutting the birds out of the net.
Birds are in the net.
We'll hopefully be seeing ourselves doing some of that a bit later on in this trip. So, yeah, that would be good. So anything you can afford to give, that would be fantastic.
Really goes a long way.
This we're going to be continuing to broadcast live over the next few days. We've got a few other sites that we're going to be going to. Today's been a real surprise. Normally we're hiding here through threats of intimidation and violence. Today, you know, cabs took the sort of bold move of stepping into the open. A lot more people. Normally,
amazing.
Last time we came, it was just 4 of us hiding in the bushes. But with all of these extra people, we haven't seen them come up as we thought they might and be aggressive. But what we did see them doing was releasing the birds, essentially doing our job for us. So
I take that as a win.
It was I'll take that.
That's the best win,
I'll take
actually, that we could have had.
Take that as a win, yeah. And needless to say, this isn't going to stop today. Cabs are going to be back this afternoon because sometimes there's afternoon trapping. So they'll be back here again with the banners this afternoon, and also tomorrow morning, and the morning after that, and the morning after that. So this is an occupation now that's going to go on for the foreseeable future to try and put some political pressure here in Cyprus to get this, you know, hideous operation shut down. So there we are. Donate if you can. Stick with us. We're going to be broadcasting live from a different place this afternoon, actually. It's not just the trapping. You know, we looked at lime slips yesterday, didn't we?
Yep.
Today we've looked at mist netting.
From a distance, we will be getting closer.
Yeah, we will be getting in with the nets on another site. But this afternoon, we're going to look at some shooting. So they're shooting apparently wagtails and pipits. Can you believe it?
Why would you even bother? I mean, why would you, like?
Anyway,
that's a whole other
story. So that'll be a more reasonable hour for you viewers at home in the UK. But
2 p.m.
At 2 p.m. Yeah. So we'll be out here seeing what's happening at that particular site. So stick with us and thank you very much for all of your support. I've got one of your hairs stuck on this microphone.
I'm sorry, I melt like mad. I've got a lot of hair. I know, it's very thick. It's got
goodness me, you know.
And I don't know what the chances of this actually is, but obviously this is the first time that we've said that this is an occupation, and cabs are going to be here time and time again over the next few days. So if you happen to be ACAS, if you happen to be one of ACAS's team members, and this is the first time you're hearing this, remember, ACAS, Europe is watching you.
Yeah.
Stop killing the birds.
Yeah.
And we'll see you for a live stream later on this afternoon, 2 p.m. Different story, same place, well, same sort of story, but different method. So we'll see you then. And thank you very much for tuning in and sticking with us. Remember, donate, all the good stuff, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, and now we're going for a vegan hot chocolate and a pastry, and I'm going to be looking for the rosé. Okay.